Hi everyone, Dave Barnum here for another installment in my 53 Bridges series. I'm just at the Champlain Mall here in Plattsburgh, New York, and I just want to talk today for a few moments about how to deal with a bad report, as I mentioned in my last little advertisement there at the hockey arena in Messina. But with regards to dealing with a bad report, I have to go back to the year 1998. And I was flying into Edmonton, Alberta for a speaking engagement. In fact, it would be one of my final speaking engagements for a season of time. And a gentleman from the organization that I was speaking to picked me up. I had never met him before. And we got driving from the airport, which is on the outskirts of the city limits of Edmonton. And it's a kind of a fair piece to drive into the city. So we were driving in and he asked me where I lived. I said Barrie, Ontario. I said, but we're moving. My family and I are moving to the United States. And he goes, oh, where are you moving to in the States? And I said, we're moving to Messina, New York. And he looked at me with a startled look in his eyes and he said, you got to be kidding. I said, no, I'm moving to Messina, New York. He says, my father lives in Messina, New York. Then we got chatting a little further, and I knew this wasn't a coincidence because, I'm 2,200 miles in this big, large urban center in another country in Canada, and I'm moving to a small rural area in Messina, New York, and it's, like I said, it's over 2,000 miles away. So I knew this was beyond coincidence. Then he asked me, he says, what does your wife do? And I said, well, my wife, Jamie, she is a classical pianist, and she teaches private lessons, and she does other collaborations. Anyways, he said, you have to be kidding. He goes, my dad is a piano teacher. And he says, there's absolutely no way that she can make a living. My father will tell you this, he said, that she can't make a living as a piano teacher. And I knew right there how to interpret that. I knew immediately that was just the red carpet and just the introduction that we needed as a confirmation that my wife would be successful. First of all, folks, when you fly an airplane, you need opposing winds. When you paddle a canoe in the middle of a large body of water, like say, hey, Tommy Morris, Lake Opeongan, you got to point the front of that canoe right into the waves, or else you're going to capsize. And sometimes to get the trajectory that we need in life, we just need a little bit of opposition, folks. And when you have a gift, when you hone your gift, when you master your craft, kind of the 10,000 hours rule, which my wife has more than fulfilled. When you do that and you have a passion and you follow your heart and you look for a need or you create a need through supply and demand, you can go ahead regardless of whatever might be coming against you, regardless of whatever negative report you might have, or even whatever positive reports you might have. You move forward and you do what's been put in your heart to do. You follow your heart. And my wife, right in the middle of Messina, New York, plunked down in a school district, has over the years at times had as many as 50 private students in her class, in her studio. She's been in the middle of working with elementary schools, junior high schools, working with the high schools, working even with the colleges, and working with staff members, working with local churches, and other individual members in the community. And once again, how to deal with a negative report. You go forward. You move forward. You do what's in your heart to do. And I can honestly say that especially throughout some lean years, when I was going through sickness around 2005 and 6 and 7 and 8 and even into 9, when those were some lean times, my wife was not only successful, but she helped carry the day for our family and allowed us to be planted as American citizens, to have dual citizenship, both as Canadians and Americans. And it's a piano just like this here in her own studio at 53 Bridges that we were able to do all of that. And so this is Dave Barnum again, folks, saying to you, each one of you as listeners out there, that you want to get to where you need to go. You want to get to where you want to go. Build a bridge. Build a bridge through your gifting. Build a bridge through mastering your craft. Build a bridge through being passionate, following your heart, and finding a need and serving it or creating supply and demand. And you too and you too will be able to deal with every negative report that might come your way. So once again, Dave Barnum here at the Champlain Mall in Plattsburgh, New York. Till the next time I see you or the next time we speak, remember everybody, make sure you keep your hearts and souls sweet. Bye-bye.